Okay guys, I'm going to quickly show you how to edit a below the line footnote. So we are going to use footnote number 2 right here. This is a law journal. I can see that in the name. I happen to know this is a consecutively paginated journal, but normally to check that, you would check the source. And I'll teach you how to do that in the source collecting video. But the first thing you want to do when you get any manuscript is go to review and then hit track changes to make sure track changes is on. Now I'm going to open my Blue Book to the rule for consecutively paginated journals. Let's say you don't know the rule for finding a source in the Blue Book. You can open your ALR spading guide and scroll down to where it says source type and what to collect. Scroll down and find your source on the list. So here's consecutively paginated journals. I'll click that. It'll take me straight to it. And here's an example of a cited source. But I'm looking for the Blue Book rule, and that is down here, Blue Book Rule 16.4. So I'm going to open my Blue Book to Rule 16.4, and we are going to start making sure that this is correct. So the first thing I see here is that this is in large and small caps, which is not correct. And so to fix that, you would hit Command-Shift-K if you are on MacBook. If you are on a PC or something else, you hit Control-Shift-K. And then I also see that the title is not italicized, so I'll hit Command-I and italicize it. And make sure you don't get the comma in there. And then the next thing I notice is that the name of the journal is supposed to be in large and small caps, but it's not. So I'm going to highlight that and hit Command-Shift-K. And now I know that these are supposed to be T6 abbreviations in journal titles, so I'm going to fix those according to T6. Okay, there you go. And the final thing I notice is that there's no year on this journal, so I'm just going to check my collected source and insert the year. And you'd be looking at your Blue Book during all of this. I just can't show you both at the same time on my screen. All right, so now that I've made all my changes, my source is looking good. I think I'm about done here. I'm going to scroll up to find footnote 2 above the line because you cannot insert comments below the line. Highlight footnote 2, hit new comment, and now I'm going to make a comment explaining every change that I've made. So you can either do this as you go along, but I like to make them all at the end and just look at my track changes to keep track of what I've done. So to format a comment, you'll say footnote, this is footnote 2, but you need to always have 3 digits. So footnote 002, and then you're going to just go through change by change. So title is so in my Rule 16, I'm going to scroll down to title, cite the full periodical title as it appears on the title page, but capitalize according to Rule 8. And Rule 8 is where it says, when the title Rule 8 is where it says to do all this, but since we're in the periodical section, I'm just going to cite Rule 16.3. So Blue Book, Rule 16.3. And just a brief description of what you did and why, and make sure to keep it professional. It's likely the author will see your comments, so always keep a professional and polite tone. And then and then just justify all the changes that you made. These are the same rules, so I personally just think it's easier to stay organized when I do a new line, but that may depend on your AE or your personal preference. You don't have to do it this way. And then let's see, my next change, I made the title of the journal large and small caps. So that would be right. The name of the periodical should appear in large and small caps, whether blah blah blah. So this is just Blue Book Rule 16. Nope, that's not the right number. Yeah, and then I would just keep going through and just for every change. So I would also do this for T6 abbreviations, and then I would do this for the year that I added. And you just go through, and then once you're done typing all of that, let's say I typed that all here, and then you would just send it. And then you have a comment bubble describing all the changes you made for one footnote. And you just go through and do that for every source. And this is why we have track changes on. Then once you get through your footnote range that you've been assigned, that's all you need to do for below the line editing. Just make sure to double check your work and check all the things that are, there's also usually a handy thing right here below the Blue Book rule telling you common errors. So things that you really need to look for because people frequently mess it up or miss it. So just keep that in mind, and happy spading.